and it's about taxes, implementing the state income tax to help balance the state budget. Yes? No? Maybe?
Okay, I'm part of the Senate Republican majority that said hell no to an income tax, and I still believe that an income tax is not necessary. All you do with taxes is just recycle existing money. You're not creating any new wealth, and you're not growing your economy. And that's where, at least in the Senate's perspective, and my colleague Senator Machicki's here as well, that was our whole approach, is let's get those reductions, let's get those reforms, let's get the restructures in government first, and then let's refocus in bringing in outside capital dollars into our state to invest into our resources that then will create jobs and will create more wealth to government and to the people of Alaska without recycling existing money. And the other thing that people may not know is that in order to collect that income tax, which wasn't going to solve the fiscal gap, we were going to have to hire somewhere between 50 and 60 more state employees. And our approach, again, in the Senate was to try to reduce government, not increase government.
Thank you. Stephen Wright, the question is about an income tax to balance the budget, yay or nay?
I would say no on an income tax. I mean, we have to look at what's happening right now in the state. I mean, we have a $80 oil when our budget was projected on $54. So, I mean, there's a big discrepancy there. There's a lot of issues as far as if you look at the state balance sheet, that's $4 year. So the money's there, it hasn't been spent. The departments need to exercise their frugality in taking care of the budget. We have a 81-9-10 plan where we're going to fund the budget with 81%, and then we're going to 9% is going to be competitive, and 10% is going to go back in to refill the CVR. So we're going to take a long, strong look at what's going on within the state of Alaska. We're going to do some audits. We're going to find out where a lot of that money is being hidden, moved, or turned over to. And that's one of the key things that we need to look at. And like I said, I was in the military. Our budgets were sequestered 15% at a time. And we also had quarterly funded budgets. So the third quarter is a big quarter where you get your projects set up and you get them done. So that's one of the things that we need to do is get our projects done. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen Wright and Byron Malott. The question about the income tax implementation to balance the budget.
Well, I wish that I knew where money was being moved and hidden. The state budget has been reduced by $1.7 billion in these 4 years. We're down over 3,000 state employees. I'm not saying the government should not be more productive and efficient, but one thing I believe we all know is that government must invest in infrastructure, must make it possible for the private sector to have an opportunity, particularly in a remote economy like Alaska. We have, with Senate Bill 26, moved a tremendous way to removing completely the budget deficit. But depending upon oil prices, which are forecast to stay relatively flat for as long as we're able to forecast, we will still have a deficit depending on oil prices that could range anywhere from $200 to $700 million that needs to be filled.
Thank you, Byron. We'll pass the microphone all the way down to Deborah Call, and we'll get her remarks about implementing the state income